Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. I'm chilling in the office, taking care of business, paying bills as usual. Be nice to come in here just once and not have to pay bills. Let's talk about time, living in the moment. I've talked about living in the moment a lot in my videos. Outlook is everything. With the Taoist and Buddhist perspective that I've studied, living in the moment is a way to release yourself from suffering. So we could make an argument for it. I think just naturally, because of the way that we are as a creature, maybe it's the way all life is, but we live in the moment. Our survival feels like it's in the moment. We don't have to be told that the future isn't now and the past isn't now. The only thing that really exists is right now. And when someone's living in some kind of weird fantasy world, you want to shake them and bring them back down to earth, which is living in reality. What's going on around you right here, right now. But is that limiting? So you may have to expand your mind. Let's talk about time. But first, let's go through a little mental exercise just to expand your mind. Don't overthink this. It's just a way to get you to be a little more open-minded going into a conversation. So visualize, put your visualization goggles on. You're going to have to visualize this in your mind. Picture this in your head. You take a glass, a nice clear, crystal clear glass, and fill it full of water. Are you the glass or are you the water? Now you take that glass of water and you put it in a pool, assuming that you have a pool. I have a pool. I assume everybody has a pool. If you don't have a pool, man, you need to get a pool. Having a pool is great. So you take your glass out to your pool and you put it down underwater on the first step. So the glass is completely submerged in the pool. You can barely see the glass, but you know it's there. You can kind of see it. The water from the pool is mixing in with the water from the glass, going into the container, and then going out. Are you the water or are you the container? So now take the glass and break the glass. You leave it underwater and you break the glass on the first step there, and the glass breaks. Were you the glass or were you the water? What happened to you? So now that I got your mind open, let's talk about time. We're living in the moment of now. We're really focused on the moment of now, right now. What we're doing now. We've been told, maybe we believe that the past doesn't exist anymore, the past is gone, but we also believe that the past is fixed. That's what happened. There's a clear record, that's what happened. But what happened is really just depends on the angle that you viewed it from. The past can really just be from how you remember it. As we move forward in the moment of now, we feel like we're moving forward. We'll talk about that in a second. But as we're in the moment of now, and the past feels fixed, that's what happened. There's a solid record of what happened. This is who I am. These are my memories. But as you evolve and grow and learn, and grow up, you can see the past from different perspectives. You may have gone through an experience and remember it from an 11-year-old boy's mindset. But then as you're getting older and you get into your 40s or 50s, you can look back on that memory and understand it differently. So the past isn't fixed, it changed. As soon as you have a slightly different perspective on a past memory, which happens, the past changes. It's no longer the same. So you're on a pinpoint, and say this is your past, and as you, like a rudder, as you remember it, as you evolve in the moment, going forward, your past can change. It's not fixed. And there's an argument to be made that it does exist, because you remember it. Because it's part of who you are in the moment. It's part of what makes you up. This ever-changing, moving rudder of the past is what makes you up in the moment as you're moving forward. So then we have the future. The future, anything can happen. We think the future doesn't exist, but isn't this moment of now somewhat limiting, where we're blocking off our sight towards the future? Some people can break beyond the moment of now and be really goal-oriented. And to be goal-oriented is to set a point down the road. It's not where you're at point A, and you're going to set a point B, and you feel like you have to move forward towards that. This feeling of movement is constantly there in the moment of now, oddly enough. So we're in this pinpoint, and imagine if this is the future. Your future really can be fluent and move in different directions depending on the decision you're making right now. You decide to go to the grocery store or not could be a different future. If you decide to study or to do a bunch of drugs, that could be a different future. Your choices in the moment determine your future path. And there's a lot of different potential futures, and it's like hitting a billiard ball, playing pool, and you break and you hit the cue ball into the other balls that have been neatly racked, and they all go in random areas. So we think, but if you were to videotape it and you knew about angles and trajectory and motion, and you could track where each ball would go because of where it's hit or where it's ricocheted and what direction it's going to go and what wall it potentially is going to hit off, depending on where it hits on the one wall. If you're good at pool, you get to know those angles pretty well. And if you could manage all those variables of all those balls at once, you probably could predict pretty well where they would go. The point I'm making is that it's not actually random. The future isn't random because the decision that you make in the moment determines your future. If I pick up this gun, that has a certain future. I'm in the moment of now, and I make a decision that we can tell you where that path is going. Most likely you're going to go down this road towards prison and whatever. So if we're in the moment of now, can you see both the future and the past as they move? This is the difference between slicing your existence into this one little slice of cheese and seeing the whole block of cheese. The block time versus this moment of now, this pinpointed time. So it's all just food for thought.